Is it only just money or just credit as well?
It's credit.
Credit as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spoke to my uncle about this project in the early stages. And I said to him, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And his first words were, I want to give you a warning.
Yeah.
What you are trying to do, you are competing with the Department of Education.
Yeah, that's all. Cause it's well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Puma hanging on my neck. The bracelet matches a set. My brother name is $10. Stop all that back and forth over the net.
Welcome to the 4th episode of Sounds Good Enough. Today I have a very special guest, the one and only Naledi. She'll introduce herself. Okay.
So my name is Naledi Michelle Mkwena. A lot of the times that's how I introduce myself, but my preferred name is Michelle.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Michelle because that's the name that my dad gave me. So his name is Michael and Michelle.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. So,
cool way of.
yes, exactly. So Michelle is a 28-year-old woman. Was born and bred in Guangguan.
Yeah.
Lived here most of my life. Yeah, so that's who Naledi is.
Yeah. By the way, I'm recording this episode from back home. Came to rest here for a week, so decided to interview a few people that I see that they're doing things around this area, and she's one of them. Yeah. So tell us more about yourself. I know you have like a foundation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the name of the foundation is Oak Education Foundation. So this foundation was started by my best friend, actually.
Okay.
We're both very passionate about education.
Okay.
So we started in 2017. We started with Girl Love Yourself Foundation. We did some work with young girls around Congo. The handing out of pads, some sort of counseling, or when cases were bigger than us, would then ask for the intervention of social workers.
Okay.
So for me, education has been a big, big thing for me.
Okay.
I believe it's the key, right? So it's not necessarily your university education.
Sorry to stop you. So you started with a foundation that was catered to helping young girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then after that,
We then ventured deeper into education.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was registered this year. So she came to me and she said, I have discovered this program. It's a diagnostic assessment. What it does is that it helps to identify learning challenges.
Oh,
yes. So what we've noticed in our area, a lot of the kids have learning challenges.
Okay.
Most of them can't read to comprehend.
Yeah.
Most of them can't even write. Our parents are both teachers, our moms are both teachers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always hear the stories.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially around, test times. They come back home with papers and they're complaining, these kids can't read, these kids can't write.
I've been hearing those stories ever since. Every single day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for Camilla and I, it became a plight that we had to solve.
Yeah.
So she said to me, no, there's this program. Let's start something that would actually help. So we went, we did our research. We went to the department. We even went as far as planning gala dinner. Yeah. Because with this assessment, you have to pay. But unfortunately, majority of the kids in our area could not afford. So that one assessment goes for 450 rand. That is a lot of money. Most of the parents can't afford that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So is that 400 once off or 400? Okay.
It's once off.
Okay.
So you test the child and then the assessment gives you interventions. Right? Yes. So we got another company that was willing to subsidize us, and then the child would have to pay 100 rand. That's still a lot of money.
Still a lot, yeah.
Yes, still a lot of money. So then we decided, let's plan a fundraising gala dinner. Okay. With this gala dinner, what we're going to do is we're going to raise enough money
Yeah.
to cover the kids that really need it.
Okay. And just to start off, and
Yes.
then as you go,
Yes. Unfortunately, we had a lot of setbacks. Where there's government involved, there are so many setbacks. So we had to stop. We had to stop with the gala dinner. We had to put the project on hold because we could not attain the necessary resources that we need in the time that we needed it. So open education still exists. But for now, we are recovering to see what other strategy can we use to attain the money that we need to help these kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So have you guys figured out anything yet, or are you still in the process now?
We are still in the process. We're still trying to figure out who now can we approach from the Department of Education that will be able to really fast forward this project for us.
Okay. Yeah, it's always like it always sucks with the government. You guys people come up with so many great projects that could help a lot.
Exactly.
You know, and with them it's only just you guys only just need a little boost.
Exactly.
Get it started, but it's always complicated. There's always drama involved, and I think. Do you think though is it only just money or just credit as well?
It's credit.
Credit as well. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I spoke to my uncle about this project in the early stages, and I said to him, "This is what I'm trying to do."
Yeah.
And his first words were, "I want to give you a warning.
Yeah.
What you are trying to do, you are competing with the Department of Education."
Yeah, so because you are.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
So whatever you do, keep that in the back of your mind.
Mm.
You are competing with the Department of Education. So be careful. And when I actually started to see that in big players in the department in our province saying, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy.
Yeah.
But we're not going to stop.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot involved. There's people's egos involved. There's, money has been stolen. Everyone knows. And now you're coming here to fix the money machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, it's a great project. I think. Yeah, education, especially like in areas like this, rural areas and in townships, and it is such a problem. And things are getting more and more expensive, and now you can't even take your children to private schools,
Can't.
So what do you guys do exactly? What are some of the things that you wanted to implement, like examples of?
Okay, so I think
practical examples. That's what I'm.
With the assessment, what it would do is, I'll give you an example with a child who's in grade 4.
Yeah.
Right, a child who's in grade 4 is supposed to be able to read with comprehension by the time they get to grade 4.
What does that mean, comprehension?
So they read with meaning, with understanding what they are reading.
Okay.
Yes, so they can make sense of it and then further explain that to you.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So most of these kids, they can't do that. Even to read a simple sentence is a problem. So you find that child has some sort of learning challenge that, if identified, could help them to read with meaning. So what the assessment does, it comes in and it asks questions. At the end of it, it says, okay, this child has maybe this and this problem, and then gives you ways to help that child. Okay. So I think that's what mainly the assessment does. And then another thing that I've been doing is helping matriculants to apply for university.
So overall, what you guys are doing is not only just going to cater for preschool, primary, so it's going to go beyond high school.
Yes, it's supposed to. Yes, because with matriculants, you find that you've passed, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but then you applied for a course that is not really sustainable.
True. Yes. And the world is changing.
It's so fast.
Yeah, most people.
So fast.
I know you're right, because most people are still, they still have the idea that certain jobs, certain professions, we will still get a job. Surprisingly, even doctors now are struggling to get a job.
So much. And you wouldn't even imagine that a doctor would struggle to find a job.
No, you definitely wouldn't. So, hey guys, I hope you're still enjoying the episode. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and do all the good YouTube stuff. But without wasting any time, let's get back to the video. So talking about studying and, going to varsity and all of that, what is your profession? What are you studying? Are you studying something? Are you doing something?
Currently, I am preparing for my COMPTIA Security Plus exam.
Okay.
Yes. So that's in cybersecurity.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. So there's a specific exam that I have to write to be certified to even consider maybe trying to find a job in cybersecurity. Yeah. Yes. So currently that's what I'm doing.
How's it like? I keep seeing like ads on TikTok of cybersecurity. It's like everyone, they're trying to recruit people to cybersecurity.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
The way I discovered it, I'd have to go way back.
Yeah.
Right. So initially, from the time that I can think for myself, I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Okay.
Yes. So, or up until grade 12.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I had no other option. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into medical school. And then fast forward a few years later, my aunt said to me, listen, I'm very interested in IT.
Yeah.
I want to teach myself how to program.
Yeah.
We had a few conversations about that until I started doing the research. And then I went on, found some passion in programming. Then got a couple of those free online boot camps. Went on a couple of them, taught myself how to code or program. And then as time went on, I delved a little deeper into my research and found cybersecurity. Did my research and found, this is actually something that I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
Yes. And looking at the fact that in our country, it hasn't really been a big thing as it is in maybe the States.
Yep.
Yes. So I was like, let me find out what this is. I did my research and I found that it's intensive, but it's well paid.
So,
it's well paid.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I'm not gonna run away from something that's well paying, but that's also challenging because I like things that challenge me. So I'm like, no, cybersecurity, I'm definitely going into it. So I found a few places, where they teach you the basics of it. And then until I stumbled upon that there's an actual certification that you have to take. Yeah. Yes. So hence, now I'm studying for it.
So does this fall under what you spoke about earlier on as to, people apply to courses in varsity, but there aren't courses that are going to be sustainable in the future because a lot of things are being phased out. Yeah. So do you think this is something that's going to be phased in that more people need to pay attention to? Or
Definitely. Being in this era where going into the fourth industrial revolution, everything is tech, there's automation and all those things. I feel like it's one of the areas that a lot of young people should pay attention to, instead of maybe doing no hate to people that are doing media at universities. But to be honest, what are your chances of getting a job? What are your chances of furthering your career when there's thousands of you doing media? I've been in university with people that have done media, and now when I talk to them, they're like, no, I changed, I did role. No, I changed, I did teaching because I couldn't find a job. So I feel like a lot, for me, it was like, if I can do this and make it through, then it means I can also guide other young people to say, you know what, guys, there's a future in tech. Yeah. Yes. There's a future in other areas that we have not even discovered in South Africa.
Yeah, So what are your thoughts around AI, IoT and AI?
I can't speak much on it. I feel like there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
And there's still so much to be discovered.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, no, it's all bad. But then it has some good qualities, So I feel like I'm not really well versed into speaking too much into that. But I feel like it has some good. It can do the world some good, but it also has the potential to do the world some bad, because at the end of the day, we're human beings.
True. Yeah. Are you using any of their tools for?
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not.
There. Some people are using it to write emails now and
Is it?
cover letters, and some rare instance CVs. Yeah. So no, I understand what you say.
Yeah.
In the sense of there's some good and bad to it, because I can imagine being able to write a cover letter or email helping you with like your grammar or whatever.
Yes.
It's good in that instance. But what happens when people become completely reliant on it? Like people aren't even thinking anymore.
Exactly.
Because I realized something. Right? I realized how my spelling has become worse. With my phone.
Yes.
I'll type out like 3 words and then I'll the rest of it for me. So
Yeah.
no, I get what you're saying, but again, it's that thing of like, do we even need to spell anymore though?
Yeah. We're getting to that point where the things that maybe we used to be able to do for ourselves, we are now relying on technology to do that for us. Where's the humanity? Are we not going to eventually lose the humanity?
And so right now there's like a strike in Hollywood when you're talking about media. There's striking around AI, that like scripts can't be written by AI. They should be written by people.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? There's been a lot of like movies and series that came out, and most of them have gotten very bad rating because to some extent they are written. You can kind of tell that these are not written by people. There's no heart to them. And I don't know. I just don't think you could ever really take out the human element from it, because when you do, somehow there's something that kind of tells it that this is not natural, right? So I do think that yes, it can help. And definitely, I also do think that you can never really take up people from it. And I don't know, that's just what I know too. And I don't know. Okay. But is there anything that you're currently working on besides being
Augmentation?
Yeah.
No. For now, it's majorly just, researching again the different strategies that we can now use, and preparing for my cybersecurity exam. Those are the...
I saw you guys won like an award thing. Was it set out of?
Oh, yes. So Camilla called me and she said, no, there's a training from CEDA. So they are working with the United Nations. It was supposed to be a 6-day, quite intensive training. So when she called me, it was to ask if I have the time. I was like, definitely. So we started on last Monday. So indeed, the training was very intensive. So it was an entrepreneurship training. They basically teach you that we're not only helping you to develop your business, but yourself. Because in order for your business to thrive, you also need to be developed as a person. So we had a couple of exercises to do during the training. One of which was we had to start and run an actual business within 6 days.
Wow. So figure out financing, accounting, HR,
everything within 6 days.
Yeah.
So it was, we were, I think, about 5 groups. And then you had to come up with a business idea, do a business model canvas. So the business model canvas part of it was also a competition, which you had to present. So we're presenting to investors, right? Yes. So the investors are the other group members. Yes. So we won that competition. Our presentation was the best one. And then comes the BCE, which is the business creation exercise. We came up with an idea. We all agreed with it. So our idea was to sell wine in gin from Veritonga. So the lady that owns Veritonga was also part of the training. So she said, no, I'll give you guys my wines and my gin. You guys can sell them. And then...
So your competitor gave you the product.
Exactly. Exactly. So in a way, I think it also helped to promote her own business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. I always keep out on free marketing, but at the same time, it's like they could win in terms of my product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we went ahead, I hate sales. But I was put in a position where I had to get out of my comfort zone and actually sell. So on the Tuesday, we're like, okay, you know what? This is our idea. This is what we're going to sell. We went out. So we are given a 2-hour lunch every day.
Sure.
So we decided, okay, we're going to sacrifice eating. We're going to go out and sell because we're trying to win this competition. So we went out to a couple of places in town. We sold our products. We had some hiccups with the supplier, but then we figured out our way around that. And on Saturday, when it was time to announce who the winner was, in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope we win.
Yeah.
So they put up the slide on the screen there to show which group won. But there was a mistake because there was a group whose profits were 46,000 Rand. And in my mind, I'm like, which group is this that got 46,000 Rand with profits? But then we discovered that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Because the expenses and the income were not adding up, and then they fixed the mistake, and it turned out that we were the winners.
Oh.
So it was that the group with the highest profit were the group that was supposed to win.
Yeah.
So we was very excited to say we worked our backs off. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but I mean, it's a good little experiment.
Yeah.
I think even with your foundation later on, because obviously it's going to function as a business, right? There's
Definitely.
money coming in. So
Definitely.
I think it's a good way to kind of foreshadow things that are still to come.
Yes.
And yeah. But anyways, we're going to end it here unless if there's more that you want to tell us from your side. Say nothing else. Okay. Just if there's, where can they find you on social media? Do you guys have where they can find you guys for your project?
So we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. It's Oak Education Foundation. So people can just search that and you'll find us there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just put everything on the description.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I know I kind of go out from your deal and your COMPTIA stuff. But it's fine. I'm happy now. I know, like, if they hack me or anything.
Yeah, no.
I'll come to you.
Definitely.
Hey, where's my things?
Yes.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, that was the 4th episode of Sounds Good Enough. Make sure to check out all the links that I'll be putting down in the description. But without, to complete this drive, leader Don Riz out.